Okay, let's go ahead and get started. I'll call this meeting in order to the Executive Committee. It's 12/12/22. We do have 7 members present and 1 absent. We do have a quorum. We have minutes from October 10th, 2022 of a regular meeting. Is there a motion to approve? Motion by Member Schaefer. Is there a second? Second by Member Lehman. That's what it said, wasn't it? It should be 12, December. November 10th. Yeah, December. What's wrong with me? So approval of the minutes from November 10th, 2022 at our regular meeting. We have a motion and a second. All in favor, please say aye. Opposed? And the motion's passed. On item 3, we don't have anybody that's applied to appear before us from the members of the public. So we'll go on item 4, Executive Committee. You have before you appointments and reappointments that have been submitted, and Mr. Rogal, reappointment. Thank you for serving already for us, Mr. Rogal. We'll get that changed to an appointment for our regular full meeting. And I think that's all we have. Is there a motion to approve? Motion by Member Johnston. Is there a second? Member Schaefer, comments or questions about the minutes? We will make that correction. All in favor, please say aye. And opposed? The motion's carried. Item C is Information Technology. C1's request approval of RMS software as a service agreement and statement of work with the Caliber Public Safety as part of our Aegis system, and I so move. Is there a second? Second by Member Klein. Comments or questions? Would you like to speak?
Sure. I think this is another step in the replacement of our outdated and obsolete criminal justice system. So last month, this committee and the county board voted to award the RFP to Caliber Public Safety and enter into contract negotiations. So this is that contract that's been negotiated during that time. And it comes with the endorsement from Bloomington PD, Normal PD, the rurals, and ISU as well.
Thank you. Are there any questions for Mr. Nelson? Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye. Aye. And opposed? And the motion is passed. Item C, C2, request approval of professional services agreement with Mission Critical Partners supporting implementation of records management system and the jail management system. And I so move. Is there a second? Second by Member Lehman. Comments or questions? Anything you'd like to add, Mr. Nelson?
Just educational, because I know we have different members than we've had in the past. So Mission Critical Partners, our contact there is Robert Kalin. He's been with us for 4 or 5 years now, began the focus groups all the way back at the beginning of this replacement project. And he and his team help us step through. It's a very complex process, replacing one unified system with 3 or 4 systems that need to become unified. Yeah. So he does nothing but that day and night, so it's his bread and butter. We've received quite a bit of value from him.
He's in California?
Nevada now. Nevada. Las Vegas.
Oh, that's nice. Okay. Thank you. Any questions? Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye. Aye. And opposed? And the motion has passed. Thank you. We'll move on then to the Finance Committee. Chairman Metzger is not here. She has nothing to report at this time anyway. I'm thinking of committees. Member Lehman, it's yours. You have the floor as Vice Chair.
So the Finance Committee has no items of action for this evening, as well as no other items to be presented for the board or items to be presented for information. I would be more than happy to answer any questions that you have in the meantime.
Thank you. We'll go on to item C, our Health Committee report. Chairman Schaefer.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The Health Committee has 1 item for action, request approval of a Veterans Care Agreement with the Department of Veterans Affairs, and I so move.
Motion by Chairman Schaefer. Is there a second? Second by Member Johnston. Comments or questions? Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
And opposed? Motion's passed.
And we will have several items for the board.
Okay, thank you. We'll go on to the report of the Justice Committee. Chairman Erickson.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The Justice Committee has 5 items for action. The first item is item 4D1A, request approval of an emergency appropriation ordinance amending the McLean County fiscal year 2022 combined annual appropriation and budget ordinance for Children's Advocacy Center, and I so move.
Motion by Chairman Erickson, second by Member Klein. Comments or questions? Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
And opposed? Motion is passed. Looks like we can combine the next three.
Yeah, do you want me to combine B, C, and D?
Any
Okay.
objection? These are bookings.
I have to recuse myself
yes.
from item C.
Illinois State University contract, obviously, okay.
I do too. I must
Let the
abstain as
record
well.
show that Member Klein, Member Johnson recused themselves on item C. Okay. Member Erickson, you have the floor.
The Justice Committee brings item 4D1, B, C, and D. Item 4D1B, request approval of intergovernmental agreement between the County of McLean and the City of Bloomington for booking services. Item 4D1C, request approval of intergovernmental agreement between the County of McLean and Illinois State University for booking services. And item 4D1D, request approval of intergovernmental agreement between the County of McLean and the Town of Normal for booking services. And I so move items 4D1, B, C, and D.
Motions by Member Erickson, second by Member Schaefer. Comments or questions? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
And opposed? Go ahead,
Next
sir.
item for action is item 4D1E, request approval of appellate prosecutor contract with the Office of the State's Attorney's Appellate Prosecutor, and I so move.
Motion by Chairman Erickson, second by Member Klein. Comments or questions? Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
And opposed? And the motion's passed. Thank you.
The Justice Committee has no other items for action, but we have several items that will be presented to the board.
Thank you, sir. We'll go on to the report of the Property Committee. Chairman Lehman.
Thank you very much, Chair McIntyre. The Property Committee has 2 items to be presented for action. Item E1A, request approval of the amendment to amend and restated lease between the County of McLean and the Public Building Commission, and I so move.
Motion by Chair Lehman, second by Member Klein. Comments or questions? Hearing none, all in favor, please. Oops, I'm sorry.
Sorry. Apologies.
That's okay.
But I'd like to bring to your attention one of the documents that is presented on the table in front of you and suggest or make a motion to amend based on the red-lined items that are in the document titled Amendment to Amend and Restated Lease Agreement. Each of these noted pieces are identified as Scribner's errors that have been pointed out to us by the lawyer associated with the Public Building Commission.
What is distributed is a kind of a cleanup of the item that's in the packet on pages 112 and 121. So we're just replacing this as an amended item, if without any objection from the committee. Second by Member Klein. Thank you. Thank you. Any comments about this? Any questions about it? Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye. And opposed? And motion's passed. Thank you. We did this as amended, as I handed out. So therefore, I didn't take a motion to amend it. We had it as distributed. I think that was without objection. Is that okay? Anybody have any comments about it? Yeah, we're okay. So, Member Lehman, you have the floor for item B.
Thank you very much. The next item on the agenda is item E1B, request approval of amendment to contract for operation and maintenance between the County of McLean and the Public Building Commission, and I so move.
Motion by Chair Lehman, second by Member Schaefer. Comments? Member Lehman.
Thank you very much. I'd like to draw your attention next to the additional single sheet of paper that has another red-lined Scribner's error. You'll see at the very top. It's simply adjusting the year as well as removing the D from attachment, all at the very top. So I'd like to ensure that we can get that one put on the floor to go through. Do we need to make a motion to amend, or since that's been
That's a
passed out?
Scribner's
as well?
error. Is that the
Yes,
only
sir.
item on this for replacing page 122?
Yes, sir.
That's correct. Without objection, we'll just change that to 2023. Is that okay? We have a motion and a second. Any other comments or questions about it? Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye. And opposed? Motion's carried. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. The Property Committee also has 7 items to be presented before the board, and no other items presented for information.
Okay, thank you. I want to ask about the elevators. How are we coming along there? Okay. Anybody? No, haven't had a meeting yet to really discuss it, have you? Do you have anything you'd like to add?
We've taken lots of action on the elevator projects through the property committee, and so presented to the board this upcoming month, you're going to have a approval for a contract with Otis for the maintenance side of the L&J and the museum. But we've already awarded the contract to Otis for the refurbishing and replacement of those elevators. So this is just the ongoing maintenance of those. We also have work being done, and we'll be presenting some things very shortly with regard to the north elevator in this building in the Government Center.
Okay, thank you. Let's go on to item F, Land Use and Development Committee. Chairman Klein.
Hi, the Land Use and Development Committee, the committee that wasn't.
Has not met
Didn't have a
yet.
meeting. There has no items of action, nothing to be presented to the board or for information. And we'll have our first meeting presumably in January.
Okay, thank you. We'll go to item G, Transportation Committee report. Chairman Rogal.
Yeah, the Transportation Committee has no items for action tonight. We will have 5 items to present to the board on Thursday, and we have no other items to be presented for information.
Okay, thank you. We'll go on to the report of our county administrator, Ms. Taylor.
Thank you, Chair McIntyre. I have 2 items to present for action this evening. The first one is a request approval of an emergency appropriation ordinance amending the McLean County fiscal year 2022 combined annual appropriation on page 124.
Is there a motion to approve? Motion by Member Johnston, second by Member Schaefer. Comments? Questions? Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye. And opposed? And the motion is passed.
Thank you. Next, I have H1B, request approval of a letter agreement with Anderson Legislative Consulting LTD on page 126.
Is there a motion to approve? Member Rogal, is there a second? Second by Member Schaefer. Comments? Member Rogal, have you met Taylor Anderson and had an opportunity to work with them before?
I know who they are, but
That
I've
was
never
my
worked with
question
them.
about the motion we have for, he has shared being a representative for a number of small counties, including ours here. And the price has always been reasonable. I've been down in the office. He's always been good at keeping information back to us when necessary. So sometime we'll have him come and speak, maybe to our legislative committee, or if we have a breakfast like we used to have, maybe we can do that. Okay. Any other thing? Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye. And opposed? Motion is passed.
That is all that I have to share with the committee this evening. Thank
Do we
you.
have any other business or communication? If not, we have bills in front of us that have been reviewed and authorized to pay by our auditor in the total amount of $1,236,634.76. I need a motion. Motion by Member Klein, second by Member Rogal. Any comments, additions? All in favor, please say aye. And opposed? And the motion is passed, and we are adjourned. Thank you all for coming in. We'll get into the swing of things as we go further.